Good morning. As promised, this morning's assembly is going to focus on a little bit of a dip back into the archives of the school, so that you can all, I hope, learn something interesting about this place that we all hold so dear, each and every one of us. And I'll focus in today on the last time that this school faced a significant crisis. And that was, of course, during the time of the Second World War. And we have here the photograph of 1939, in which you see a school full of smiles, certainly amongst the boys, probably amongst the teachers as well, in the summer of 1939. On September the 3rd, 1939, of course, war was declared on Germany, and the Second World War, to all intents and purposes, had begun. And this had quite a considerable impact upon our school, because here at West House, the doors did indeed close. But in true West House spirit, the show kept going. And I dive back into the prefect's book once again and read to you what then followed. The school moved out to Millichope Park in Shropshire. Millichope Park, still there today, mid-19th century house, a very impressive house with 25 acres of grounds, built by Edward Haycock in the mid-19th century. Hugely impressive, and the school moved out to that site. And the headmaster writes this: "The first boys came on Sunday, August the 27th. The first senior boy to come was Cripwell, who came on September the 1st and left for Bromsgrove on September the 17th. So clearly didn't have a great time. The next was Mackenzie on Monday, September the 4th, and term started on September the 20th. And we are fortunate enough to have in our archives some footage which we saved from those days at Millichope Park. And the school remained out at Millichope through 1939, 1940, 1941, and then returned in 1942. And the school that returned here to Edgbaston was very different. Indeed, only one of the pupils that was at Millichope Park came back to the site. And I read here, in July 1942, we left Millichope. In September, we reopened at Woodbourne. The only senior boy from Millichope was R.J. Pearson. And then the school returned to full flow in March of the following year, 1943. And you can see that the school that returned was very different to that which had existed prior to the war. It was a considerable challenge at the time, but in true West House spirit, the school threw a lot of energy into returning to normality and ensuring that once again it would thrive. A little bit of a dip back into the archives. Of course, on this occasion, having claimed that this school has never shut, and taking our lesson from Millichope when the school didn't actually shut, once again, because we have been open to the children of key workers, I can of course claim that West House School has never closed.